Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. So I got my tall glass of coffee today because we got this video here. We're going to be watching the youngest Amazon millionaire. I have no idea how old this guy is, but it's from none other than Jordan Welch, who lately I've been really enjoying his content a lot. He's been featuring some really interesting people, and I have a feeling this is going to be a doozy. So with that said, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done that already. It is totally free. It takes you just a split second, just give it a little nudge. And that's it. Thank you for joining the team here at, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, with that said, now let's begin.
This is Kenzo. He's become a multi-millionaire at 19 selling products on Amazon.
Wait a second, so we're 6 seconds in. I'm more interested in the sound effects here. Just listen to this. We'll do this again.
This is Kenzo. He's become a multi-millionaire at 19 selling products on Amazon.
All right, so we got 4 sound effects in 6 seconds. That is a sound effect every like 1.2 seconds, just boom, boom, boom. But again, it's what makes it a good video. That's why how many views does this video have? 1.8 million views. Wow. We need more sound effects. That's a secret to getting views. Just sound effects all the time. And a McLaren. It helps to have a McLaren too. And be, I don't know how, he's 19. So just be rich 19 with a McLaren and use sound effects. And you too could get 1.8 million views.
This listing, I'm pretty sure, grosses about $550,000 a month. I have a Porsche GT3 RS, a Porsche Cayman S, SL65, I have a Ferrari F12 Berlinetta.
Why is this guy spending all of his money on cars? To sustain that, you would have to be he has to be making like $5 million a year net. I don't know, it's a lot of cars. But you know what the thing is, had he bought those cars and then sold them now, he would actually be making money on some of those.
All right, guys, so we made it to KZ International. Yes. Man, tell us a little bit about where we're at right now. What goes down here?
Right now, we're at our headquarters in Huntington Beach. We got 3 units out of this building, and basically this is where, it's our one-stop shop, right? We do our sourcing, we do our selling, we store our products.
Oh, he's got one of those hustle things. I've seen almost everybody under the age of 25, they own one of those posters. Hustle, grind, motivate, entrepreneur. Does that get you hyped? I don't know if it does. Doesn't work for me though. I don't know. I'm not really motivated. Like, I'm motivated by getting out a good piece of content. If I'm in a good mood and I post a good video, like, that's my motivation. Just post a good video. That's what I like. That's what gets me all hyped up. And coffee. A lot of coffee.
And all we need to do is source the product for a cheaper price and end up selling it for a higher retail price.
Gotcha.
So what this allows us to do is not run any ads on any of our products. They're all naturally in demand. So literally it's a plug and play business. As long as you could source something for a cheaper price and sell it for a higher price, that's where your margin is made.
Not a bad business model, but where is he buying all this stuff in bulk? How much money does it? You know what? I bet he's just worked his way up. You keep reinvesting your profits, keep buying more stuff. It's impressive.
I kind of want to look and go inside and see how this all operates. Maybe you can explain a little bit about how this all works.
Yeah,
let's do it. Let's do it.
Basically everything on this side.
What if he's like, no, I'd prefer you not do that. Yeah, no, I only want to stand here. You're not getting any info. Be funny.
I started picking up products myself. So I used to drive a pickup truck down here to LA because that's where my vendor was. I'd load up the pallets into the flatbed and I'd drive back up north, and I was storing it like on the side yard of my house. And my mom was always so mad at me.
Yeah. So you had like stacks and stacks of boxes at the side of your house.
But it would only be like 2 pallets at a time. So it wasn't anything too crazy.
Good, he's got supportive parents to take like pallets of product and just leave it in the front of the house. What happens if that gets stolen? Do people just go through at night just ravaging? Where do you keep it? You have to have like a decent amount of space in your house. It's not cluttered. You basically take up the entire garage.
So the first product that I actually sold when I got into wholesale FBA was Sharpie markers. So I spent $7,500, which was literally everything I had to my name from drop shipping on eBay. And I bought 2 pallets of Sharpie markers. I drove down to LA, picked them up, brought them back up to NorCal, and I flipped those. I did like $25K in revenue. The fees were a little high, so I probably only profited like $4,000 off it. But
wow, that's not bad. To spend $7,500, make $4,000 of profit, probably when he's in high school. Wow.
So now, I mean, let's look at some of the biggest products that you got going on. I mean, we see a lot of monitors, as you were saying, a lot of electronics.
I mean, we could start here. I mean, it's nothing too crazy, but the little items like this, like some literally lip balm.
Yeah.
These are the things. If you have, let's say this listing's making $20,000 a month. Okay, you have 10 of these different products like this. You're making 200 G's a month. So basically anything from daily products like that.
Yeah, I'm always curious what the margin is on that. So like $200,000 a month sounds like a lot of money until you realize like shipping and labor and the cost of his warehouse and insurance and taxes and fees and all that sort of the product itself. How much is the actual profit? Maybe, I don't know, 5%, 10%? So it's still, listen, it's still really good money. We're talking $10,000, $20,000 a month from just selling that one thing. Maybe more, but I'd be curious to know what the net is.
Right now we in the whip. What kind of car is this, bro?
McLaren 720S Spider.
What was your first car? Like, what did you start with?
So my first car, okay, so there's two different first cars. There's the first car I bought, and then there's a first car that I used.
Now imagine being 19 with a McLaren 720S Spider. Man. At 19, what was I? I was driving a Toyota Prius that I bought used with, I don't know, 60, 70,000 miles on it. I think I paid like $8,000. Maybe like all in with everything with tax, I think it was like 10. And yeah, I looked at those cars like this and I was like, oh man, one day, then once you have the money for them, you're like, I don't want to spend the money on that. Lotus Exige is so much better, it's cheaper. So listen, I rocked the Lotus and the Lotus was fantastic. Actually, wait a second, I bought the Lotus when I was 19. Never mind. But it's not a McLaren.
My first car that I actually bought with my own money was a McLaren 650S.
Oh wow, and how old were you when you did that?
I was 17.
Wow, 17 years old buying a McLaren. Where are his parents to be like, no, don't, like, listen, if my future kid wants to buy a McLaren at 7, I'd be like, no, buy like a nice safe, buy a Tesla, buy something that's just safe. 17, man, you're just an idiot. You're so stupid when it comes to cars. Ask me how I know. I mean, I never really got like trouble or anything like that, but I just drove like an idiot.
I was that kid always trying to look to make an extra buck. So I actually got caught selling vape pens like back in the day.
The carts.
Yeah.
Man.
So this was before like Jules and any of that stuff. So I was selling vapes. 8th grade, I was making t-shirts with prints on it. So I was always doing these little side hustles to make money, but...
Yeah, it goes to show you, like, those kids who are selling Snickers and stuff like that at school, those are the entrepreneurs. Those are the OGs, just like making bank, selling those Reese's Pieces to kids who had $1 and they're profiting 50 cents. You know what's so funny? I remember in school, the school used to like ban, not ban, but they would ban selling of items like that, and they would take the candy away and like give them a slap on the wrist. I'm like, why? What are you doing? They're providing a service here. Just encourage them. Tell them, like, hey, you're doing a great job. How much you make today? $30? Hey. That's fantastic. I'll match it. There you go. What do you have? I'll buy the rest. Like, I'd be so encouraging of that stuff. Instead, they just squash it. Like, get back to your calculus class. They don't do calculus in middle school. But anyway, I'd be encouraging of it.
What's next for KZ International?
Well, right now, the next thing is our warehouse in New Jersey. I'd say that's probably our next big thing. No, I'm basically trying to get 48 warehouses in the lower 48 states. And after that, I mean, honestly, I think I might be willing to sell the company if the bid's high enough. So.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's what I'd be selling, right? Because this was 2021. This was like the peak of when people had money, markets were at their highest, there was no real estate on the market, like everything was just bubbly. Well, that would have been the time to sell, but you know what? Maybe he's just rocking it. Maybe he just kept going and just kept expanding. I don't know. Just do a follow-up on this. Every year, just do a follow-up on the people that you cover. See how they're evolving. I think that would be so interesting.
Your life could change fast. It wasn't too long ago where I was an average student living an average life, going to school on the weekdays, construction on weekends, video games after school, just same stuff, different day, right? So now we live the life of our dreams. We do what we want, when we want, with the people we care about.
Put on that necklace. That was not there earlier. Did you notice that? It just appeared out of nowhere. All of a sudden, it's just like, there it is. Maybe he got that on Amazon. I don't know.
Make sure to go follow Kenzo. He's always dropping game. Dude also lives a crazy lifestyle, so you can check that out as well. And man, thanks again, bro.
All right, bro. I really appreciate you, man.
All right, man.
Amazing video. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Jordan, for making the video. I will link to your video down below in the description for anyone who wants to give you a thumbs up on your video as well. As always, feel free to add me on Instagram. Thank you so much, and until next time.